Hello and welcome to Miniature Mayhem. In this video, we will be painting the Solar Auxilia in a royal purple. So, let's get started. I started with painting the clothing as it is the lowest layer of the model, and it's always a good thing to start with the lowest layer and then paint the higher ones. So, the clothing has been painted in the Citadel color Genestealer purple. I have used Citadel colors in every step, so just for you to know, I might not be repeating that it's Citadel color all the time. This purple color is not very thick, so you might need to do a couple of layers before the model is covered. It took me about between 2 to 3 layers to get the full coverage with the paint on this model. As a second step, I am painting all the metallic parts on the model in lead belcher. The idea is to later cover these with a contrast color, because I really like the way contrast looks over lead belcher. It really gives this metallic feeling to the paint, just because the metal shines through the translucidness of the contrast paint. With all the metallic parts covered in lead belcher, it's time for the next step, which is to use the Citadel contrast color Shyish purple. No need to thin this down or anything, you can go straight over the metal and you will see that it keeps its metallic character through the purple. I'm leaving the edges in a metallic silver, because later I will highlight them in gold, and gold looks great on a base of silver. Having coated all the metallic plates in the purple, it is time to go back to the clothing. I have given it a wash with the Citadel shade Druchii Violet, or however you pronounce that. That's a bit of a weird name. With the clothing having received its wash, it's time for the next step, which is adding the golden details. I decided to go for a more reddish gold for this model, and I used the Balthazar gold for this. I highlighted all of the metallic bits and pieces that I didn't paint earlier in silver, such as the top of the boots. I also painted the ending of the sleeves in gold, and then did the trim on all the metallic pieces. As you can see here, it's on the helmet and the sides of the metallic plates. I also detailed them with the gold. With the gold highlighting done, I went on to highlight the folds in the clothing. I just used Genestealer purple again to do these highlights, and this will create some field of death in the clothing, as the inside of the folds will be darker thanks to the shading we did earlier. Next, I used Citadel color Cygor Brown. This is a contrast paint to paint the gloves and the straps on the boots. For the other leather details, I used snakebite leather, and I used it for all the pouches and the belt that he's wearing. I then went ahead and painted the tubes. I'm assuming it's some sort of oxygen tubes, or maybe some tubes to enhance their strength. I don't know what they are, but the tubes running down the legs and the arms of the model. I also decided to paint them in lead belcher. Now we will be locking in the last color of this miniature, which will be for the boots. I used contrast paint Black Legion for this. I really like this black paint because it covers really well, and because it's a contrast paint, it doesn't get thick or anything. With that done, we can continue with the washes. I washed the gold pieces with Reichland Flesh Shade to give them a deeper reddish glow, and I went ahead and I went ahead and shaded all the silver pieces that were left with non-oil. The other silver on the model, such as the gun and those tubes that we painted earlier, I shaded them with non-oil. With these last washes done, we can call this miniature ready. All that is left to do now is base it and varnish it, and then it's ready for the battlefield. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.